are Muhammad, the slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to Jafar and to Abad, the two sons of Jalili. Salamun ala man ittaba al-huda. Peace be upon one who followed the guidance. Amma ba'd. After that, فَإِنِّي أَدْعُوكُمَا بِدِعَايَةِ الْإِسْلَامِ. I call you both with the call of Islam. Aslima, taslama. Surrender, submit, embrace Islam. All meaning. Surrender, submit, embrace Islam. Taslama, you both will be safe. فَإِنِّي رَسُولُ اللَّهِ إِلَى النَّاسِ كَافَّةً. I'm the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to all human. لا نذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين. We will not spare whosoever is alive, meaning conveying him the message. ويحق القول على الكافرين, and the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is proven against the disbelievers that they will be punished. فإنكما إن أقررتما بالإسلام, if you both accepted Islam, وليتكما, I will make you both wali, mean that you will be having your own kingship. وَإِنْ أَبَيْتُمَا أَن تُقِرَّ بِالْإِسْلَامِ, if you denied to accept Islam, فَإِنَّ مُلْكَكُمَا زَائِلٌ, so then your kingship is gone. وَخَيْلِي تَحُلُّ بِسَاحَتِكُمَا, and my horsemen, they will enter into your area. وَتَظْهَرُ نُبُوَّتِي عَلَى مُلْكِكُمَا, and my prophethood, it will appear there in your kingship. This letter was written by Ubay ibn Ka'b radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Jafar was the big brother, age-wise. But Abad, he was the small brother but very talented. So they both accepted Islam. And as you know, that when the elite of the city, they joined a political party, so what their followers do? They join the same. Here in the case of Islam, that's why Rasulullah was approaching the chieftains. That is an easy way for hundreds of people to accept Islam. Chief of the tribe accepted Islam, the whole tribe followed him. Got it? So this Oman, Ain, Mim, Alif, Nun, at that time Oman, but now that is called Oman. Now that's called Oman. Alif, Waw, Mim, Alif, Nun. The country is called Muscat. The capital is called Muscat, but the country is called Oman. Qaboos died. Yes. So, but he was a man. In a sense, the way he built up Oman, oh yes, subhanAllah. Got it? I have traveled through whole Oman, so I have seen how nicely he has. And I was there in going from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, and from Abu Dhabi to one of their city, which is far from the capital. Yes, but when you go, so there an area comes, an area. That's a bazaar. An area. When the taxi was taking me there, so the driver said that now you should have the belt. At that time, it was not must in Emirates, but when I said, why? He said, we are entering to Oman. Yeah. I said, he said, yes, only 2 miles. Yeah, this area, the road is passing, so that is Oman area. So here, their police, they give the ticket. Yes. So and then after that, I went. So anyhow, and Qamar Zaman, whole life, he was earning dollars and dollars and dollars, and he never visited any area. I'm telling him, bring out those dollars, let's go and have a visit of that area. Huh? Okay, inshallah. So, Amr ibn al-As radiallahu ta'ala anhu says, he was a strategic man, so first he found out that there are two brother letters in the name of both. Which one is too much clever person? So the people told him the smart one. So Amr ibn al-As radiallahu ta'ala anhu says that I went straight to the small brother, Abd, and I told him that I have brought a letter. So he told me that's okay, but I am the small brother, he is the leader. I will not take the letter. I will take you to my brother. But he asked me that what are the contents of letter? What's therein? So I told him that this is a letter from our Prophet and the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is calling people towards Allah wahdahu la sharika lah, and also to believe in his message. So now that Abd said to me that Amr, I know you and your family. Your father was the chief of his tribe. He was alive when this messenger came? I said yes. He said, what was his reaction? Look, strategic people are talking like this. So I said, I wish he would have accepted Islam, but he didn't, and he died. I wish if he would have accepted Islam, but he didn't, and he died. And I was the same. I was rejecting, but then Allah guided me. Then he asked me, since what you have accepted Islam? So I told him that not too early. Yes, in very close by time I have accepted Islam. And then he asked me, where you accepted Islam? He said, this is a strange story. That even Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is our cousin. He is born in Mecca. He announced his prophethood in Mecca. I was there. I rejected it. But I accepted Islam there in Abyssinia by the hand of Negus. We mentioned before. Do you remember or not? And I told him that Negus, the king of Ethiopia, he also accepted Islam. So then he asked me, when he accepted Islam, his Christian nation, what they did with him. So I told him that most of them, they accepted Islam and they kept him as their king. Then he asked me, and what the priests did. Got it? What the priests did. So I told him that his priests, they accepted Islam as well. So then he told me that, Amr, think about that. If there is any lie in what you told, because there is nothing as bad as lie for a human. That a person is saying, who was not Muslim at that time, but he said that they are not as bad a thing as lie is. So I told him that I don't tell lie. And I don't think that lie is good anyway. Then he said that Negus or Ethiopia, that was subject to Roman Empire. That was subject to Roman Empire. Caesar was aware of the Islam of Negus. So I told him yes. So then he asked me, how do you know that Caesar was aware of. Look, what a diplomatic person he was. That how do you know that Caesar was aware of the Islam of Amr ibn Negus? So I told him, because Negus was giving him haraj. Yeah, he was sending him the money. Got it? Which is affiliation fees. That's what? Affiliation fee. So he was giving him the haraj. But when he accepted Islam, he said, by God, I will not send him a single dirham now. Got it? So when Caesar came to know that now Negus will not pay me haraj, he is not subjugating himself to me. So his brother, his name was Niaq, Niaq, that was the brother of Caesar. So he said, a person who was under your rule, a king who was under your rule, you will leave him like this, not paying you anything? So Caesar, he answered him cleverly that a person with his free will has chosen for himself a belief. What can I do with him? Got it? And he said to his brother, their brother, or bro, come close. If I did not have any concern of my kingship, I would have accepted the message of Muhammad as well. But I know that these Christians, they will not allow me to be a king and be a Muslim as well. Got it? So when I told this story to Abd ibn Jalili, so he said, Amr, once again, think of what you are saying. We have intelligence. If that's a lie, you will pay the price. So I told him, by God, I have told you what I know. And what I know, that is a true story. So then Abd asked me that your messenger, what he orders you people to do, and what he stops you from. So I told him that he tells us and orders us to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he stops us from disobedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, for example, so I told him, for example, adultery and fornication. He said, don't do that. Stealing and theft. He said, don't do that. Drinking wine, he stopped it. That it will take away your aql and your approach. So why you are drinking it? And he orders to take care of your kith and kin and your relatives. And he says, never do any injustice to anybody. And he stops people to worship either an idol or even a salib, the cross. Because the guys were Christians, so that's why Amr ibn al-As radiallahu ta'ala mentioned it. So he said that the Abd, he was looking at me. He said, what a great man. And what a great message. And then he told me that if my brother will show the same reaction as I showed, so then me and him both, we will go to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and we will accept him there. But my concern is that my brother, he is the king. And for king, the kingship is the first priority. Yeah. For kings, the kingship is the first priority. So I told him, don't worry. If he will accept Islam, our Prophet will keep him as king of area. He is not deposing people for no reason. So he asked me, then what he will do with our area or with our country? He said only one thing, that he will be collecting zakat from the rich and distributing it to your poor. He will not take it. He will take it from your rich and he will distribute it to your poor. So he said, this is a good, very good procedure. Then he asked me that how much he is taking from it. So I told him about zakat, that the zakat percentage is like this. When I was mentioning from gold this, from silver this, then I said from camels. So when I came to camel, so he said from cattle also he is taking the charity. So I said yes, that only from those cattle who most of the year depend on pasture. What? On pasturing in the open area. You are not providing them most of the year at home. So these cattle, yes, they are zakatable, and he is taking zakat from that as well. So he said that this is one thing I think that our people will be reluctant to. In cattle, they will be reluctant to pay anything. Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala says, then I was there in their guest house or the waiting room for a few days. And I was watching him, Abba, that he was going to his brother and talking to him. Then one day he said, permission. Yes. So the protocol was that the guards came, one held me here from, another one here from. So I told them, leave me alone. So they looked at Abba. He said this, leave him alone. Got it? Because this is not a case of a common type of guest. He came from someone. Got it? Then I was going to sit, but this guard did not allow me to sit. So I looked at Abad because I was not aware of that. What are the protocol of this castle? So I looked at him. He says, yes, without sitting, start your talk. So I gave him the letter. This is a letter from the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Muhammad, peace be upon him. He opened it. He read it. Then he gave it to Abad. Read it. He read it. Then he asked me, you will tell me something about Quraysh, that what they did with this message and messenger. So I said, in that procedure is a lengthy procedure. But to make the tall story short, that they accepted Islam. Some of them willingly, and some of them later on because of fear, because they were unable to counter him. Then he asked me that who is in his company, what type of people. So I told him every type of people. He said in the area, he said most of people in the area. Now in this close by area only you remain. And then Amr bin al-As said that king, just listen. If you will not accept his message, so soon you will see his horsemen. They will be crushing your fields here. Got it? So if you will accept Islam, that is safe for you. And he will not depose you from your post or from your kingship. So the king told me that today, leave me alone. Tomorrow you should come. So then after that, when I came out, I went to his brother, to Abd al-Jalebi. So the moment he saw me, he said that, Amr, I think that he will accept Islam. He will believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If he does not have any concern about his kingship, and you have given him the surety that he will not depose you. The second day I went But that day, I was not allowed to enter. Then I came to Abad. So he took me to him. So the first reaction he showed, he said, if I will hand over everything to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I would be considered the weakest person in Arabia. And if he will send his horsemen here, they will face a very bloody battle. So then I told him, okay, that's up to you. Tomorrow I'm going back. When he was sure that I'm going back, so then they both brother went to a side, talking to one another. They spoke to one another for a while, then they came back. They sat in their chair, and he said, Amr. So he came. He said, what's the procedure for acceptance? I said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. So they both said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Got it? وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين. So next time we will start the battle of Khaybar. What? The battle of? I'm going to the bathroom. Yes.